from there. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight for another segment of Woman in the Middle of It. And we're doing some trial and error here, trying to get everybody over to the Woman in the Middle of It page, trying to separate my lives from my personal page onto the page it should be on, which is the Woman in the Middle of It page. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know you guys have been over here for a while. Thank you for being so patient and helping me work through the transition. I do appreciate it and appreciate all your support. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Are you able to go over to the Woman in the Middle of It page? Everybody on here tonight, on my page, please leave a message or a comment or something so I can know who you are. I'm going to be sending you personal invites to come on over to the Woman in the Middle of It page, because that's where we will be next week. I won't be doing a dual camera. I'll be strictly over there. So, all right, first off, I want to give all praises to the Most High, thanking him for letting me even be able to do this podcast with you all. This is the 14th episode, and we're just keep climbing up, and up. And I'm just ever so grateful to him for that. We all know that it's nothing but his goodness and mercies that we're even breathing. So to be able to sit here and do this, it's a major blessing. So I just want to thank you guys so much for just sticking in there with me. Please, please, please continue to keep me in your prayers as this thing continues to take off. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. Tonight, if you guys seen earlier, I did make a post about what the topic was going to be on the Woman in the Middle of It page, and it's going to be, I'm going to have to split it up into two segments because it's going to be lengthy, because it's going into a lot of details. So tonight we're going to touch on confronting your past, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my past and about something very important that I do need to share with you guys. Like, I don't know if you guys have been around for the whole ride with me, but I did express how I want to be an open book for you guys. I don't want nobody coming to you telling you anything about the Woman in the Middle of It that you already don't know. And as you know, we all are human and we have made mistakes. And me, myself, I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes I'm not proud of. Some mistakes I can live with because, you know, it was a learning experience. It was a stepping stone. But this one that I'll be talking about tonight, it hits high on the list of ones that I'm not proud of. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Try to get a few more people. Hi, everybody. I got like 15 people over here on my page watching. We are broadcasting from 2 cameras, so I will be looking at the camera up top because this is for the Woman in the Middle of It page. If you guys didn't get an invite from me, please, please, please make a comment below so I can see your name. I will be personally sending links to everyone that's on this live to subscribe and follow the Woman in the Middle of It Facebook page, because we're going to get off of my page doing lives and we're going to go strictly into the page that we need to be doing the lives on it, and that is Woman in the Middle of It. You should be able to search it in your engine right now, your search engine or your search bar, just like if you were searching for a friend or anything. You should be able to put Woman in the Middle of It in there and the page should come up and you will be over on that page with us. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with you guys. I already gave all praises to the Most High for all this. Last week we spoke about our giving. We did for the Thanksgiving, being thankful and just representing Meals with a Message. Woman in the Middle of It teams up with Meals and a Message, and we went out and we fed 100 people. We plan on doing that again for the upcoming holiday, not in particular to observe that holiday, but to do some stuff for our community in place of thinking of ourselves. So we will be going out December 23rd. We still need plenty of donations. I'll begin with you guys on my page about that, and as well as on the Woman in the Middle of It page. Anything you can do, we greatly appreciate it. I'll put a list up, and if you can do it, good. If you can't, say a prayer for us that we get everything done that we need to get done to go out and feed 200 homeless people, as well as giving them a small little token of our just love and concern and care, just to show them that we care and we are concerned, and we do notice them, we acknowledge them, as well as a little care packet which will contain socks, snacks, anything that we can get in there. I know we want to we envision it to be a certain way, but we have to start somewhere, and we're not going to let little things stop us from doing what we need to do for the Father and his kingdom, his people. So I wanted to start off initially with reading an excerpt, as I always do, always bringing scripture into it. But I thought this week we would do things a little different and just jump right into the meat and potatoes of everything that's going on with this live. So, as I mentioned before, we will be touching on the topic, confronting your past. And we all have a past, so that's what I want to talk about tonight, my past. So, I want to say, please be patient with me tonight, because this is a touchy subject for me. I'm already nervous. I've been preparing for 3 to 4 days for this, because I just really wanted to be ready to get my mind, and I'm still not all the way there. So I just want to thank you guys and for your patience and your understanding, first and foremost. So, here we go. All right, as I stated in my first segment, I want to be the first to tell you of my past mistakes and wrongdoings. So with that being said, I want to tell you all a story of my DUI. Yes, your girl has had a DUI. There's nothing funny about it. I kind of am smiling about it because it's an uncomfortable subject for me, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we all have a past, and this is on the top of my list of one of the things that I seriously regret. It's not the first one, but it's pretty high on my list. So, about 4 years ago, I want to say to you all, this happened about 4 years ago. But I want to say to you all, first and foremost, that I take full responsibility for my action, and anything I may say tonight is by no means an excuse for what I did and what I chose to do. Okay, while living in Florida, I occurred a DUI. A DUI is a criminal charge that entails serious consequences. DUI stands for driving under the influence. These influences can vary from controlled substances, illegal drugs, narcotics, and alcohol. My DUI involved alcohol. I chose to operate a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol and an over-the-counter allergy medication. A decision I still haven't forgiven myself for up until this day. I guess I can say it's been the hardest to forgive the reason/situation I allowed myself to even get into the situation at hand. I let others drive me to drink and make poor choices due to stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. And that's why we are touching on our topic tonight. I pray my transparency of this unfortunate event reaches and saves someone of the same regret and embarrassment. So let's begin. It was summer's end, maybe into fall. I can't remember. I know it was around Labor Day sometime. Me and my ex-husband were separated, as I've told you about before. But during this time, it was one of the times where we were on our own again. And he had come to Florida to visit so we can basically try to mend things or whatever. So during that time, we were going through a lot of things, a lot of emotions, a lot of nitpicking, a lot of finger pointing. It was just, we both were a ball of emotions at this time because, mind you, we had been separated for at that time, probably like 4 years. And we were still going back and forth, back and forth. He was with another woman. I was to the point to where I was willing just to hold on by any thread necessary just to keep my marriage going. So, I don't want to put the blame on him too much, because I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, she's trying to downplay her DUI and make it seem like it's somebody's fault. That's not what I'm doing at all. But at that point, it was kind of like so much back and forth to where I was pretty much like I felt like I was being used as a doormat. Like anytime him and her got into an argument, he would come back to me, and you know, holidays were really bad because we were a big family. You know, everybody came to our house. We always had things at our house. So it was like, I think that was a trigger for him, because around the holidays, it would get worse. Like he would call me the whole week, and then it would go to points of time to where I wouldn't hear from him at all. And it was just like, okay. But during this time, we were on a trying to mend our marriage. So, anyhow, a lot of blame, finger pointing, and drinking was going on as well. And the input of the mistress. Okay. She was calling, she was texting, you know, giving her sob stories about how she wanted him back. I was snooping through his phone. It was just a lot going on. It was a lot going on. So a lot of that stuff I think I could have avoided by just not even, you know, feeding into it, not reading his messages, not going through his phones. That saying is so true. Like if you go looking for something, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna find it. So all that stuff was going on. So back to this. He ended up leaving again, but before he left, we decided to do this big old barbecue. It was like the couple weekends before Labor Day, and we decided to go to the beach because he loved the beach, you know. By this time, I had been in Florida for like 5 years, so it was no big thing. Like me and my friends, we always went to the beach or whatever, so it was no big thing for me, but this is what he wanted to do. He wanted to go to the beach. So we planned this barbecue with the kids and everything, and we prepared up until that moment, and something happened. I don't know. It must have been an argument, a heated argument or something, which we had a lot. We did a lot of arguing and a lot of drinking and just doing whatever to just, I guess, soothe our pain at the time. So he ended up leaving before that that whole barbecue that we planned to go have or whatever. So with that being said, like a mother that any good mother, us women, you know, if you're a mother, you know that we're first mothers in nature. Like we strive to be the best parent we can. Like I know I do. And my kids were already going through enough. So I was just like, okay, we're still gonna make this happen. We're still gonna go, you know, to the beach. We're still gonna do all this in the midst of going through my own emotional turmoil. So I shouldn't have probably did that in the first place. That was one of my regrets. I was not in a good place mentally. Just feel real disappointed and alone, you know what I'm saying? And then while he was there, a lot of my family members and friends, they kind of pushed away because, like I said, it was a hard time, and a lot of people I'm taking like they didn't want to see me going through that, or they was probably questioning why am I putting myself through this. I don't know. I really don't know. But during that time, it was just me and him. And so when he left, and I reached out to certain people asking them did they want to go to the barbecue with me or whatever, just to be my support, just be there, you know, because it's always me and my kids most of the time by ourselves, and nobody was available. So we ended up planning to go by ourselves. So we it was a Sunday. I remember that because we got up, packed up the truck and everything. I prepared my food the night before, and I packed the hard things that I needed to pack, and then we went on to church. So we go to church, and I already had been feeling not myself because I feel like I had, like I did last week, I felt like I had like this part up was just all stuffed up. It felt like allergies, sinuses, something was going on. So I was already taking allergy medicine anyway. So we went to church. And had a pretty good time. You know, I felt better not as low as I did feel when I did go to church. So we left, came home, picked up the food. We proceeded to go to the beach. Mind you, I hadn't been drinking or anything that day. Nothing. I hadn't did anything. Like, we just came from church, so you know I wasn't drinking. But I had my beverages in my cooler ready to go. And anybody knows me, they know that I drink. I used to. I've been delivered from that. All praises to Yah, but I was a drinker, like, substantial drinker. Like, I wouldn't say like sloppy drinker, but I could hold my drinks. Like, my family, my dad, he used to drink. My grandmother, may she rest in peace, she was a big drinker. I always remember of us drinking and food. It was always drinks and food surrounded by us having fun. So I'm gonna do this. So that's what I was used to, and a lot of my friends, they used to tell me, they'd be like, girl, you the driver. Because every time we used to go out and have a good time, I would probably have the most drinks, but I was still the most, I was the one that was holding my composure the best. So they was like, okay, you gonna be the driver all the time. And it always happened that way. That's why when this happened, I was like, this has to be from the Father, because I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't even wrap my mind around it. Like I said, I hadn't been drinking. We just came from church. Whatever. So anyway, let me get back to this. Anyway, so we ended up going to the beach. I'm grilling. While we're grilling and everything, the kids, they're running back and forth, because if you've ever been to the beach, you have a part where you can do your food, and then you can walk onto the boardwalk and get down to the actual waterfront of the beach. So I'm up there grilling. I was already feeling a certain way, so I really wasn't hungry, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, but I did eat what I could. So I ended up finished eating or whatever. Took some more medicine, which I knew better than do that, but I was just feeling horrible. So I ended up taking some more medicine and going back to the cooler. I think I had like 2 beers at that point. I really don't even drink beers like that. But I had went back to the cooler, got something to drink or whatever. I'm trying to add this live back on here while I'm talking to y'all, because it cut off. I already knew it was going to do that. But anyway, finished cooking, fed the children. We ended up going down to the shore. So I was in the midst of calling him, texting him, drinking. I think I had like 2 drinks while I was sitting down at the beach or whatever. So long story short, I don't even remember a lot that happened from leaving the waterfront of the beach and going back to the car. So we ended up packing everything up, obviously, because everything was in the car. But I don't remember, like, and I really believe, like, that the medicine that I was taking and the couple beers and then the state of mind that I was in, it was just like one of those things where you black out. I don't know if anyone can understand that, but most times when you have traumatic childhood and past, you kind of like your mind can go like autoplane or blackout. You can experience blackouts, and I do that without drinking. I do it like when it's a traumatic situation going in my life that I think it's because I suppress stuff and I automatically just shut down, and it's like a black sheet, and it goes down. Like my mama and people be like, you don't remember that happened, such and such. I was like, no, and I don't think I have any control over. If you guys ever seen the movie Click with Adam Sandler, that may kind of explain it a little bit, because he had this remote control, and every time he wanted to bypass a memory or a moment in his life, he would fast forward it. So it's kind of, that kind of explains like what my mind does. And I have not been diagnosed with anything, so I don't want to just say that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? But if anybody can relate, that's kind of like what happens with me in my memory. I suppress a lot of memories that are not the best for me. So I see thumbs up, so somebody probably understands that. So, I just got a little note here because I'm already. Okay, so next thing I know, I'm driving and getting pulled over by the police. And I'm like, okay. So, enough said, I ended up being booked and taken to the precinct. And next thing I know, I remember being booked in. I remember them asking me a lot of questions. I remember crying. I remember one cop, he was really nasty, but it was another cop there. And he was like, I know you didn't mean to do it. And, just tell me what's going on. So basically, I ended up blowing. I can't remember what it was, but it was super high. It was super high. And I don't know if that was residual that was still hanging around. But like I said, I'm used to drinking a lot. And I had 2 beers and I want to say 2 drinks. And I was drinking tequila at the time. But I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Only that I really believe that it was Yah that was trying to get my attention. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go more into that next week when I do the second part of the segment. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I remember crying a lot and thinking of the disappointment I was to my kids, including my daycare kids, whom I considered to be my own. Then embarrassment set in. I immediately thought of how embarrassing it would be for my family to find out. I made bail and I went home, and I remember going to sleep praying that when I woke up, it would have all been just a bad dream. Needless to say, it was not. I had been charged with a DUI, Duval. All praises to my Heavenly Father, it wasn't any worse than that. I could have killed someone, deciding to drive under the influence, including myself. So that reason mainly, I was extremely hard on myself for allowing the circumstances of my marriage, the pressures of my husband leaving me, or the opinions of his mistress even judging me, and family members letting family members drive me to that point of possibly no return. It was a long recovery time for me. My license was revoked for a year. I had been placed on probation for a year, in which I completed in 6 months. I had to go to DUI school, drug and alcohol abuse counseling, amongst a whole list of requirements, including MAD, Mother Against Drunk Drivers seminars, where I truly realized how bad the situation could have ended up. I could have lost my children and everything. No matter what I was going through, I should have never let it overtake me to this point. And all the things I just mentioned would have had nothing to do with the person I could have hurt or even killed. I sit before you till this day ashamed in allowing life circumstances and the opinions of others determine my life's outcome. Don't let anything or anyone determine your self-worth in life. Start some soul-searching strategies immediately. And if you're not strong enough to do this alone, please reach out for help from anyone. If you don't have anyone or you're scared to go to counseling, I do not mind. I will be your person. So please, please, please don't feel alone like I did. Reach out to someone, including me. I promise I will help you if I can. I will stand with you until we find the help you need. You don't have to do this alone. As for the naysayers and the people that will be judging you, don't worry about that. Haters gonna hate, even when you don't give them a reason. And we will touch on that more next week. But as for tonight, I want to open up the floor for any questions you all may have for me pertaining to this DUI or anything else in my past for that matter. I want to be an open book for you all to learn from. So please ask me any questions, no matter how uncomfortable the situation is. And you are entitled to feel and have your own opinions or views concerning my past, because it is necessary for us to discuss. I want to thank my mom for being a huge support physically and mentally during this situation that I endured. So that's pretty much it. So I want you guys to just really, you know what I'm saying, just participate and just give me some feedback, and feel free to say whatever you want to say. I mean, like, I know what I did it was a bad decision, and it could have cost someone's life. Like, even now, like when I went to the MAD seminars, and I sat there and we had to listen, oh my goodness, to the people who lost their kids. And I think that was the biggest eye-opener for me, because I can only imagine if someone took my kid's life because they decided to just do whatever it took to soothe them. You know what I'm saying? So that was a major. At first, I was in a lot, and I know there's like steps. I was looking at some stuff online today, and they were expressing how there are certain steps. I think he said seven emotional stages you go through while during a DUI or being convicted of one. And at first I would say I was in denial, because like you heard me saying, like, something couldn't have been right, like, because I've been a drinker my whole life, like not a alcoholic, but that was my go-to. Like, some people have food, some people have marijuana, some people have drinking, but that was my go-to. And I couldn't understand, like, from having 2 beers and a couple drinks, and how did it get to that point. So I went through the process of reasoning and trying to downplay it and understand, like, someone right, they had to be lying, you know what I'm saying? So when I started to go to those, and they have you go through so many steps, like when I got done with that, y'all, I think I was out 35 grand from the lawyer fees, from the DUI school, from the counseling, from the just the list just goes on and on and on and on and on, guys. I mean, like, paying the fees for the probation officer every month. Then you had to pay for when you went in there and he wanted to make you blow into the machine to see if you had been drinking. From the what you call those license you get just so you can go to work. Yeah, from the machine they hooked up in my car. Like, Florida went hard on me, man. They went hard on me. And then, but to get back to the Mothers Against Drunk Driving, like, it didn't even really click to me. After going through all that, it didn't even click until I went in there, and I had to listen to them people talk to us, and they weren't judging us. Like, whew. It's crazy, because I still don't understand it to this day. Like, they would come up and shake our hands. They would just, get up there and tell their story over and over and over. Sometimes 4 times a month, these people would get up there and tell their story, and then sympathize with us at the same time. So this really, 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 really made me open my eyes and want to change, because up until that point, like, I was still drinking. I wasn't drinking and driving, but I was still soothing my pains with drinking. And all praises to the Father now that I don't drink like that. Like, I might have a cup of wine here and there, but it's nothing like that. Like, even before the DUI, but that's why I couldn't understand. Because that day when I got the DUI, I wasn't drinking like that, because I was like, for one, I had my kids with me, and I didn't have nobody else with me. I had a couple friends that were supposed to go to the beach with us, but they bailed out. They didn't go. But when I'm at home, I used to drink a pint of tequila a day, just sitting on the porch, just sitting there, just you know what I'm saying. That was my way. Like, oh, I ain't got nothing else to do. And plus, like I said, I was going through a lot of stuff, but that was my way of dealing with it. The sound will go out completely, and nobody can hear me. So, just want to make sure. Can you hit some thumbs up if you guys could still hear me? Shantori said, yeah. Oh, she's saying something about yes, we did. Can somebody let me know if you can hear me? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So where did I stop off? Oh yeah. Don't mask. Don't ever, you know what I'm saying, get some help. If you guys are going through mental things, reach out to me. Reach out to me, because I can tell you, like, I've been there. I felt so alone at times to where I felt like even if I told somebody, they wouldn't have understood. So just know that you have that in me. You know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High that He has delivered me, and I won't judge you. I don't care what the drug of choice is. I don't care what the drinking is. I don't care what you may be going through. I just know that I'll be here for you, you know, because I've been there and done that. And we're going to talk more about that next week, but I just want to give you a little insight about what we will be talking about. Don't worry about the naysayers, guys, because people are going to talk about you no matter what you're doing. So just know that your life is important, and it's worth more than just drinking yourself away because of what you've been through or what somebody made you feel like. Like, for real, like I said, He made me feel so low at one point in time in my life, and you should never give nobody no power like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they did, you know, because they're still human. They put their pants on the same way you do. So don't ever give nobody that much power over you to make you feel like you're worthless, or you're not worthy of being loved, and any of those feelings. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people may can't relate, but I know it's more people that can than there is people that can't. So there's always somebody out there for you, and even if it's just Yah, you know what I'm saying, just know that He's your Father. He loves you. He would not want you to endure anything that He would not put you through, you know. So, and I had to realize that, like, I felt like at one point in time that I was making a God out of this man, because I was letting him do stuff to me that I wouldn't even let the Father do. Like, I remember me questioning the Father and getting mad at Him sometimes, and I didn't even do Him like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, so with that being said, I'm sorry for crying, y'all, but I didn't even expect to cry, but I know I was nervous or whatever. But this really did hit home for me, guys. It really did. And I just wanted to tell you guys that before anybody else could come and tell you anything, because as I excel and this thing gets bigger, you know, Satan, he's going to get mad, and he's going to use every device that he can to try and knock me down, and he's going to use some of you guys to do it, you know. So I think that's the biggest thing, though. I think that's the biggest thing I've done in my life, besides other stuff I've talked to you guys about. But that is one of the most disappointing things that I've done in my life. One of them, but that's up there. But we're gonna talk about that more next week, and how what the devil meant for evil, y'all made 100. He turned it around. Yeah, you're looking at a living testimony, and that's why I'm doing Women in the Middle of It. Like, I never knew that my ministry would even go through this, you know what I'm saying, that it would even come out through Women in the Middle of It. And a lot of people are mad at me, you know, because they feel like, are you telling your business and you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't. And I have literally blocked those people out because I know what the Father is wanting me to do. He wants me to do this just so I can reach people that were just like me or that are just like me, you know, because it's the everyday struggle. It's the everyday struggle every day. It's hard. You know, I'm very hard on myself, but with the help of the Father and a couple people, special people in my life, they have been able to help me redefine my self-worth and walk into my true purpose. And it's worth more than drinking and smoking and partying and just feeling worthless and feeling like my life don't matter. So with that being said, I just hope something was said tonight for somebody that may be going through it right now. And I meant what I said. If you need me, inbox me. You can message me directly from this page or go to Shamika Blackwell, message me. As long as it's not on some crazy stuff. I get some crazy inboxes. Like, I don't even understand why, what would make somebody even think to even reach out to me like that, but they do. And I will ignore that. But if it's something serious, I will be there for you guys. So, is there anything you guys want to ask me or talk about before I get off of here? If you guys can, and if you don't mind, I don't know if you're able or capable of sharing this live, please do so we can just spread. Hopefully you know somebody that knows somebody who watches, and they can get familiar with the page by seeing you guys share it. So, and spread the word. Let everybody know that I'm over here. I'll be sharing this once I upload it to YouTube tonight. I'll share it on my main page as well as this one, if it'll let me. And that's about all I got. But yeah, next week we won't be crying. We'll be getting down to the nitty gritty of it, and we'll be telling you why it is important to be confrontational. We need to be. I must admit, I'm not really a person that likes confrontation, but it's about to be necessary that you guys get a little confrontational. Not on the violent side of anything, but we need to confront some people. We need to confront some situations in our past if we expect to excel and go higher in Yah and what our true purpose is on this earth, walking into our destiny. And that's what I'm here for, because I have not always been this strong. I have not been always this way. So I just want to help you guys get to where I am now. And I ain't finished. That's why it's called Woman in the Middle of It. So I just want to get all this past stuff out the way. You know, keep on breaking the ice. Probably 2 more segments. We'll be doing this, and then we're going to get into some real stuff. Like real life stuff that's happening today. I'll be letting you guys know about my ventures. I'll be doing going to this little vlog university or something like that. Be showing you guys some products that I got, that I plan on, you know, putting my little Woman in the Middle of It logo on. Hopefully spring we'll be launching with some stuff, and yeah, it's some big things coming ahead. It's all around me, and I don't even know, you know, where it's coming from. That's why I know Yah is in it, and we'll talk about that too next week. So if nobody has anything to say, I think I'll get off of here and be up for 3 more hours trying to get these pages together. Y'all see me last night sending stuff out. Thank you guys so much. Now you see why I was nervous for Quisha. Nobody wants to talk about their past and their bad decisions. And that's why I feel it's necessary, because everybody wants to talk about the good stuff. And I seen a post yesterday. Everybody wants to change the world without starting with themselves first. And that's very important. Like, for real, if we want to be the difference and we want to be the change, change starts with us. You have to be able to acknowledge your faults, your wrongs, and all that if you expect to grow from them. So, all right. I don't see anybody saying nothing. I don't see nobody judge me. Don't get off of here and judge me now and be like, "Oh, girl, did you tell me? Talk to me. Talk to my face. Inbox me. Tell me." Like I tell everybody on my YouTube channels, if you give me a thumbs down, leave a comment telling me why. You know, so we could talk about it, and I can grow from it. You know, I'm all about constructive criticism. Criticism, not so much, but if it's come with being constructive, I'm all about it. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight with all my stumbling over my words, my nervousness, my anxiousness, all that. I'm like, I just can't wait till these days come to where I'll just be talking and I'll be like, oh, I got a perfect show, and and they're coming. They're coming. The most important thing is never giving up. Keep walking, putting one foot in front of the other, and everything else will work itself out. So thank you for everyone that's on here that was able to see the live. You guys follow directions and we got it done. And that's crazy. You know that's Satan, because I had like almost 20 viewers on my main page, and I never get up that high. Never get up that high. But we gonna get them on board. We gonna get them on board. Hopefully they drop their name and everything, and I can send them the link so they can get ready for next week, because we got to have faith and step out there and go all in. So, and we're believing the Father to do some great things through women in the middle of it. But we have to get in seek and get these pages going so we can get some funds rolling, so everything won't be on me. And also, speaking of that, I'm looking for a team. I'm praying for a team. I'm not looking, I'm praying, and I really believe that the Father is getting everybody in position in line before they make it to me. But yeah, we need a team. We need a team here in Kansas City. I can't do everything, and I have went through my whole life trying to save people and do everything myself. But being a boss on the caliber that the Father is going to take me, venture me on, I can't do it by myself. And yeah, so think about that, and hopefully you guys will be a part of it. So please, once again, share the Woman in the Middle of It Facebook page with people so they will get more acquainted with it, so we can get to business over here, getting some funds racked up for projects that we have going on that we want to continue to help do in our community. As far as the homeless, we need to start getting ready in case our girls go to prom. I already talked to you guys about that. I really am serious about that. We need makeup people. We need makeup. We need to help them get dresses, even if it's secondhand. I know how to shop. Secondhand store, I don't care if I got money. I go to the thrift store. I get text messages every week about my little thrift store on Shawnee Mission Parkway. Love it. So we want to get ready for that, gear up for that. We're praying for this COVID thing to where it can just continue to stay where it is or go down even more, so we can just get out and do some stuff in the community. But the Father's will, not our own. Please, if you haven't already, go over to YouTube and subscribe to that channel as well. Instagram and Snapchat is Shemeka Bewell, SHEMEKA, B for Bravo, WELL. Go over there as well. Follow me. And if the Most High puts it on your heart to be able to donate any of the items for the homeless giveaway, please do so too. If not, please send a prayer for us that he may send the funds we need. He's already gonna he always provides. That's his promise. So we are trusting him to do just that. Also, the raffle giveaway. I got a few gifts here, and I do apologize. I have not sent those out. I sent one out, Shantori. I think it was yours. It came back. So I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm going to get those over to you guys. I still have them. And, yeah. So, hey, Carvel, you made it. You made it. Go back and watch it for me. Please share the video if you can. So, yeah. Just continue to keep me in prayer, that he continues to strengthen me and give me what I need to fulfill this vision. And I thank you guys so much, especially for my ride or dies on here, man. For real, you guys show up and you support me every week. And you don't know how much that means to me. You really don't. But you'll see in the long run. I will not forget about you. No man left behind in my book. I love you guys so much. Thanks again, and you guys have a blessed rest of your week. If the Most High says so, I will see you back here next Wednesday at 7 o'clock for part 2. Confrontate, what is it? Part 2, we're going to be doing confrontation. Confrontation. Thank you. Bye.